Thanks for tuning in to this brief poster presentation. I'll be describing RTI methods for combining multiple data sources with synthetic populations. I would like to acknowledge the growing team of individuals who have contributed to the advancement of these methods, in particular Emily Hadley and Carolyn Carey. Synthetic populations may be defined as statistically and spatially accurate representations of persons, their families, and their related social structure. When loaded into a decision support system backed by microsimulation or agent-based modeling techniques, synthetic populations allow us to study complex social phenomena through construction of predictive scenarios. This allows us to test various intervention strategies against one another to determine the best course of action. But there are other ways to utilize these data demonstrated in this presentation. RTI's traditional process for creating baseline synthetic population data includes two initial steps. First, generating synthesized households and agents, persons, from available census or survey sources, and second, generating reasonable spatial coordinates for those households. These steps are documented in our methods paper titled Synthesized Population Databases, a Geospatial Database for Agent-Based Models. A visual example of a synthetic population that maintains household structure consists of a point location and corresponding record for household level attributes with linkage to person records with person level attributes. Additionally, as a post-processing step, we typically make social network assignments such as assigning kids to likely local schools and adults to likely workplaces. Examples of basic assignment approaches are detailed in our methods paper, Attribute Assignment to a Synthetic Population in Support of Agent-Based Disease Modeling. Starting in 2004, the first U.S. National Synthetic Population Dataset was being built for NIH for study of infectious diseases utilizing agent-based modeling approaches, and the same 2010 national dataset continues to be used for modeling of COVID-19 today. You can view the entire public domain 2010 version of RTI synthetic population at synthpopviewer.rti.org. In this image, I'm showing the 2010 income distribution for Washington, D.C. In another example, here is the age distribution for Dallas, where it becomes easy to identify like communities. For example, concentrations of younger, older, or mixed age head of householder. In summary, synthetic populations are generally geospatially explicit and sociodemographically accurate at the household level within census block groups. They're completely de-identified and are provided in simple data structure, enabling spatial statistical analyses. It's also possible to enrich these data with external data sets, and they're often used within microsimulations and agent-based models. There are many multiple approaches for joining data to synthetic population records, and we'll show an example of these in the following slides. Many modern research questions require knowledge acquired from multiple data sets, and a lot of research in social science is focused on the person. Synthetic population data sets provide an ideal common denominator for joining multiple data sets from varying sources. In this first example, we were presented with the challenge to create a national neighborhood map of obesity. Here we leveraged a simple model, applied this model to every person record in the synthetic population data set, and then identify non-random spatial clustering of higher BMI values. In this case, a very simple log normal model on NHANES data using age, gender, race, ethnicity, and educational attainment cells was utilized. The fit was checked for each cell, and then samples were drawn from the corresponding log normal distribution for each synthetic person record. The data were aggregated to a regular grid, and spatial cluster analyses were performed to identify potential hotspots. In a similar way, but with a slightly more complex logistic regression model, we make predictions for opioid misuse using public survey data. Again, the model is run on every record in the synthetic population, and we inspect select summary data, by example, estimated total number of households in the U.S. with one or more opioid misuse. In the third example, we are challenged with making future forecasts for youth vaping prevalence by county and tract in Florida. In this case, we are provided multiple surveys at varying geographic and temporal setting. Here, the solution is to make a series of predictions, each time adding additional information for the next model, and at the end, display those forecasts in a straightforward dashboard for exploration. For additional information or to obtain access to the public domain 2010 synthetic population datasets or our newest 2018 dataset, please feel free to contact me or visit our synthetic population landing page. Thank you.